Hey, Fiona, what the heck is your problem, huh? Why the heck were you out walking with our professor? What business do you have talking with him, huh? Who do you think you are? Professor? Tia, I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you're talking about. I am talking about Professor Gray. I saw you two go all the way to your house and he walked you in, so what was up with that? Hold on a second, I didn't know that you knew Jonathan. He's actually my fiancé, but where did you two meet? Hold on a second, you're telling me that the two of you are going to be getting married? Yeah, of course, but as you know, I still live with my parents, so the last time he came over was to meet them for the first time. I had no idea that you and John actually already knew each other, though, but I guess you do because you already knew he's a professor. You've got to be kidding me. I really just can't believe what I'm hearing. You're telling me Professor Gray is really going to be getting married? And to you, of all people? Hey, come on, what kind of way is that to talk about me getting married? I bet you're pretty shocked, though, huh? I mean, we've known each other for so long, but you know, you haven't even said congratulations once to me about this. Oh, give me a break. You really think that I would ever congratulate you for this? There is no way that I can believe what you're trying to tell me. And the reason for that is because I'm going to be the one to marry Jonathan, not you. So let me have him. I will make him mine. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I am talking about Professor Gray. He should be engaged to me, not you. So hand him over. Why would he even want to marry someone like you in the first place? This doesn't make any sense to me. How could you do this? I'm sorry, Tia, but I really have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. Are you actually saying that you and John are engaged? I don't have to give you my life story. You just need to hand him over to me. I refuse to let you get away with marrying him. I have always loved Professor Gray, and I'm the only woman good enough to be his wife. Got it? So just get away from him and give him to me. Jonathan, you have got some serious explaining to do. I am serious. What the heck is going on here?
Whoa, Fiona, what's going on? Is everything okay? Is this about something that happened when I was at your place today? Is everything okay?
That is not what I'm talking about, and you should know that. My parents were over the moon to meet you. But the thing is that I just got some very upsetting messages from an old friend of mine.
You got some upsetting messages? Were they about me? Which friend is it? What are you talking about?
It's a friend I've known since we went to school together. Her name is Tia, and I think that you might know her. In fact, she was telling me how you were her fiancé, not mine.
Wait, what? Someone actually said that to you? Was she being serious?
I don't know. I mean, she knew who you were, so I'm just confused and want to know what's going on here. How do you two know each other? What is this all about?
Fiona, I'm really sorry, but I'm pretty confused here. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. I do know a girl named Tia, but if you're telling me that she's been your friend this whole time, that's pretty surprising to me.
Well, you should know that she kept calling you Professor Gray and not by your name. So did you ever have a student named Tia or something like that? I know she was taking college classes as early as when we were back in high school.
Oh, really? So then she might have actually been at the college for longer than I expected.
Yeah, we were together through high school, but then we ended up going to different places for college. But anyways, she was always pretty sharp, and the school had a program to send students to college class if they were advanced enough.
I see. Well, okay, so we'd be thinking of a student I might have had back when you were just finishing high school. I don't know. I was teaching a lot of classes back then to be able to make ends meet. I just really am not sure I'd be able to remember a specific one.
But Tia was saying that you and her were engaged. Surely you should be able to narrow it down from that, right? I mean, did you ever go out with a former student or something like that?
Of course not. You know that I'd never ever do that. I'm not that kind of person at all. I might have gotten chocolate from some students on Valentine's Day or something like that, but you know the high standards that I hold myself to, and I would never do something like what you're implying.
Yeah, I didn't think that you really had it in you to do something like that. I just wanted to see how you'd react.
Well, if that was supposed to be a joke, then it wasn't very funny. Teachers have a duty to help educate their students, but they shouldn't take advantage of the positions they're in to be in inappropriate relations with them.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't even serious when I suggested it. It's just that it's what Tia was saying to me.
Well, okay. Next time I go into the office, I'll look through my records, see if I can't find someone with that name. But I guess I'll be going back a while.
I really am sorry to ask you to do all of that, but it would be a huge help to me if you did. I get that this is probably just nothing, but I just don't think I'm going to feel okay until I understand what's going on.
Well, don't worry. I get why you'd be worried about someone saying something like this, and if it's going to put your mind at ease, then I don't mind doing this at all. So I'll check tomorrow and let you know what I find. If I find anything at all, that is.
I knew it. I knew that Professor Gray liked me more than he liked you, and that's why we're going to be getting married. Again with this? What are you talking about this time, Tia? I'm just saying that after I talked to you, I got a message from the professor. I told him how unfair he was being marrying another girl when I like him so much. I told him all about how I've been head over heels for him ever since I met him in high school. And he told me that he felt the same, and that's why we're going to be getting married. I don't know what you're talking about, but I really think there has to be some kind of mistake here. Jonathan would never say something like that. I get why you wouldn't want to believe what I'm telling you, but I'm only being honest. Nothing is going to change the fact that Professor Gray proposed to me. I guess you must be in absolute shock right now, right? Should I call an ambulance? Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary, but I am curious why you have his number in the first place. Oh, come on, you do know that I was a former student of his, right? So of course I would have his phone number. It's not that hard to find. And so you're telling me that you and John were talking and that he proposed to you? That's right. To be honest, I reached out to him, not the other way around, but he still proposed. Yeah, somehow I really don't think that's how things went. He didn't propose to you, and you two aren't getting married. You really need to snap out of this. I guess it's hard to digest for you, but there's no point in lying to yourself. Professor Gray and I have known each other ever since I was in high school, and I know he's liked me ever since then. Why else would we be getting married? I think it was probably the other way around. I think that you liked him ever since you were in high school. But I really don't think that you've ever stopped once to think about how all of this might be making John feel. You don't know what you're talking about. Sure, it's been some time since we last saw each other, but he was my first love, and I told him as much when I was his student. He told me that he appreciated my feelings, but that it would be inappropriate for a student and teacher to be in a relationship. So don't you get it? That was his way of telling me to come and find him when I was more grown up. And now 10 years have passed, and I am finally ready to marry him. When I saw you with Professor Gray, I knew that it was fate using you to bring us closer together. You really think that fate wants you to steal my fiancé from me? Well, of course. Haven't you ever watched a romance movie? There is always some kind of messy love triangle. But the mysterious girl from the past always gets the guy. Besides, I'm only doing what Professor Gray told me to do. I'm coming back to find him now that I'm no longer his student. This is finally our chance to be together. And that's why I told you that he and I were already engaged to be married. I didn't hear you once tell me how he proposed to you. You just jumped to that conclusion all by yourself. Come on, think about it. Or maybe you're just blinded by jealousy and can't see the point I'm trying to make. What point? You haven't demonstrated or proven anything. Now, there's no need to get so upset. Of course, I can't really blame you. After all, you've already introduced him to your parents and everything. I bet you never in a million years thought that I'd be the one to steal him from you. But I'm sorry. It's like I said, I'm only doing what he told me to do. He never told you to stalk him and try to marry him in 10 years' time. You know, this really is just getting sad. I had hoped that you'd finally snap out of this and face up to reality. The fact is that we're fated to be together, and now it's finally all coming to fruition. I am so sorry to steal him from you, so close to getting married, though. Well, you should know that I'm already with John on our honeymoon right now. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that you don't know what you're talking about in the slightest. But you've really upset me with all of these messages, and you've basically ruined this honeymoon. But, wait, you two are on a honeymoon? Doesn't that mean that you two are already married then? That's right. We got married last week, if you must know, and we just left for our honeymoon today. Hold on a second. How could this happen? What do you mean you two married last week? I mean just that. We introduced each other to our families, and then we realized there wasn't really any point in waiting any longer. So we went to the courthouse and we had our wedding officiated last week. We've both already agreed that we're not really interested in a big wedding ceremony. So instead, we've just put all that money towards our honeymoon instead. So then, you two really left to go and be on your honeymoon yesterday? And you're telling me that you're really with Professor Gray right now? Well, I wouldn't call him Professor Gray, but yes, if you must know, I am on my honeymoon with my husband, understand? We both happen to have time off this week, and there were some good deals for tickets online, so we're spending the next weeks traveling all over Europe. This can't be happening. I refuse to believe it. You've got to be lying to me. Professor Gray was supposed to marry me, not you. You two can't be on your honeymoon. That's supposed to be my honeymoon. He's supposed to be my husband. What is going on here? I've told you what's going on, but you refuse to listen to what I have to say. But he's literally sitting here next to me reading these messages, and he said that he never got any messages from you. I really think that you need to go and get some professional help if you've been making this all up this whole time. I mean, you can't even tell the difference between reality and your insane fantasies. I'm not crazy, and they aren't fantasies. Professor Gray and I were supposed to be getting married. You're the one ruining everything. He proposed to me. We were meant to be together. Why are you doing this to me? I found his number and I reached out to him. Are you telling me that I wasn't even talking to the right person?
I'm sorry, Tia, but I think the number you got for me was just a number at the university I work at. You never had my personal cell phone number to begin with.
Wait a second. Are you Professor Gray?
That's right, it's me. I believe you took some classes of mine through the Advanced Studies program at your high school.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long! We're finally getting to talk!
Yeah, I'd actually forgotten all about you, but after Fiona told me about you, I went through my old records and pulled your file. I only remembered you because you were one of the girls who gave me chocolate on Valentine's Day. And I did remember that you cornered me one day and confessed the feelings that you had for me.
So you do remember! That's right. I told you all about how much I liked you, but you told me that we'd have to wait to be together. But now I'm all grown up and ready to be with you. Even though I might have dated some people in between now and then, I want you to know that I never forgot about you. It's so great to finally hear back from you. Can you please correct Fiona about all of this? You have to tell her that you proposed to me.
Tia, please. I just told you that you didn't even have my personal phone number. You only had a work number. None of your messages were even getting to me. They were connecting to a phone in the office.
But, I mean, even if that's true, I still should have been calling you at your work, right? And you did actually propose to me, right?
Well, I've actually been promoted, so I don't even teach anymore. I work more for the administrative side of the school. So I don't even use the kind of phone that you were trying to contact me on in the first place.
But then, all the messages I was sending.
I really have no idea whose actual number you were given, but I'd imagine if you were texting with anyone, it'd be another teacher.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that this whole time I wasn't even actually talking to you? So then, when you said that you remembered me, and you proposed to me, I thought I was talking to you, but you're telling me that I wasn't talking to you at all? Then who the heck was I talking to?
I wonder if it's the new professor who we hired recently. Now that I think about it, he is in the office I used to have. And there have been some concerning rumours about how close he's been getting to students lately. So, I guess there is a chance that he might have been pretending to be me this whole time, if he thought it would get him closer to a woman. So thank you very much for sharing all of this information with me. This should serve as enough evidence to finally get rid of him.
But wait, what about me? You're telling me that this teacher lied to me? I was never even talking to you in the first place?
Well, that does appear to be the long and short of it. Really, so I do apologise for my staff. I'll be sure to present him with this new evidence as soon as I'm back at school from my honeymoon with Fiona. But we'll make sure that he is dealt with appropriately, and if possible, we'll seek to have him fired.
No, that's not what I wanted to hear. That isn't going to be enough. I don't want any kind of apology from you. I want you to marry me. Please, you have to. I'm begging you.
Tia, please, just stop this. We were never even talking, and I'd forgotten all about you.
Well, fine. If my message wasn't able to get to you the first time, then let me tell you again how much I love you. I loved you when I was your student, and I still love you now. Nothing has changed about those feelings that I have for you, so please don't leave me.
Tia, you seem to think that I was just waiting for you to grow up. Is that right?
Of course, that's what you told me. You told me that teachers and students shouldn't date, but I knew that you meant you just wanted me to be older. But now I am. I'm grown up, and I am ready to marry you just like you said.
Well, I guess I can see how you might have been able to misconstrue those words, but the fact of the matter is that I never had any feelings for you. I didn't want to be mean and shut you down or turn you away, but I realise now that I should have been clearer with my language. So let me take this opportunity to say that I don't like you. I have no romantic feelings for you, and I most certainly don't want to marry you. Now, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave my wife alone and quit bothering her over what is nothing more than a miscommunication.
So you don't like me? And you don't want to marry me?
That's right. And to be honest, I don't think it's healthy for you to be so obsessed with a high school crush. Especially one that you had on your teacher. In fact, do you remember all the trouble that you gave me when you were my student?
What do you mean? What trouble did I cause you?
Well, there were a lot of rumours that ended up flying around the school about me. They were saying that I was having inappropriate relationships with the students. When I finally managed to figure out the source of them all, it all had to do with the way that you would talk about me to other students. You put me in serious hot water with the administration. I had to work hard to prove that I had nothing to do at all with what you were saying.
But I never meant to do that to you.
Well, you did. So, I hope you can realise that you made things quite difficult not only for Fiona, but for me as well. So please, before this gets any worse, can you just leave us alone and forget all about this silly crush? Anyways, we're going back to enjoying our honeymoon. Have a nice life, Tia.
After that, Tia finally left us alone in peace to enjoy the rest of our honeymoon. When John got back, he talked to the problematic professor and he confessed to messaging Tia because he thought she was cute. He was fired shortly afterwards. Then John and I went to Tia's parents' house and told them all about what Tia had been doing to us. Her parents were furious and told her never to bother us again. I heard that afterwards, Tia ended up packing all her belongings and moving far, far away. We never heard from her again.
Heather, pick me up some beer on your way back from school. I'm all out.
Dad? I can't do that. Because I'm not 21. I won't be served anything considering I'm underage.
So, just trick them into believing that you're older than you are. Or just take it and I can give you double to pay them back next time.
I'm not just going to steal, Dad. That's wrong. I could get into some serious trouble for that. About the lying about my age thing as well. I'm not doing any of it. If you really want beer that badly, you'll have to get it yourself.
Jeez, how useless are you, huh? I mean, what was the point of even having you if you're not gonna do what I tell you? Why can't you be more like your sister, huh? She's so much better than you. If I'd asked her to get my beer, then she would have found a way to get it no matter what.
Well then, if Sarah's so great, why not just ask her to get your beer?
I can't. She's busy studying for her SATs. With how smart your sister is, she's gonna get into one of the best colleges in the country. And she'll be a big-time earner in no time. I've told her to study to become a doctor or something, because they earn a lot of money. But I think she's studying how to become a vet. It's not a bad choice in terms of financial gain, but you'll have to deal with annoying and messy animals all day. That's more than what you're doing, though, isn't it? Why did I have to have one incredibly perfect daughter and then one really stupid and useless one?
Gee, thanks, Dad.
What? It's true. I mean, what do you bring to this household? Nothing. If anything, you cost me more than you contribute. I've got to feed you and house you and stuff. What do I get in return? Nothing.
That's not true. You make me give you half of my wages from my part-time job. I hardly have anything left over to get what I need. Do you make Sarah do that? No, of course not. It's so not fair.
Yeah, well, life isn't fair. Get over it.
You know what? I have tried my hardest to stick it out with you to try and give you some company since Mom left you. But I've had enough. I'm going back to living with Mom. I can't deal with your stupid favoritism anymore. It's not fair that you hate me and yet you adore Sarah. I mean, aren't I your daughter too?
Well, in all honesty, I wish you weren't.
What?
Yeah, I never really wanted one kid, let alone two. At least with Sarah, she's as perfect as you can imagine. You, on the other hand, must have gotten all the reject genes to make you into the complete loser that you are. The only thing you're good for is giving me money.
Wow. Well then, if that's how you feel, I'll message Mom and she can come and pick me up today.
Yeah, to be honest, I just don't want you coming around anymore.
So you're basically telling me that you want absolutely nothing to do with me? Is that right?
Yes, it actually is. From now on, let's just pretend that we don't know each other at all. I never really wanted a second child, so for all intents and purposes, we're strangers, got it? I don't want to see you or hear you or anything like that, okay? Just leave me alone.
Fine then. I won't bother you ever again.
Good.
Hetty, where are you? How come you're not at home?
Oh, hasn't Dad told you? I'm no longer welcome at his house.
Huh? What are you on about?
Well, according to Dad, you're the perfect daughter that he's always wanted, and I'm just the spare that he wished had never been born.
What? That can't be true. He didn't actually say that, did he?
Yep, pretty much. He told me that he doesn't want anything to do with me and that I am just to treat him like a stranger from now on. You're the only daughter that he wants to spend any time with.
Ugh, he can't just do that. You're his daughter. He can't just throw you aside like that.
Well, according to him, he can.
I'll have a word with him. Surely I can sort all this out.
Nah, don't bother. I don't want anything to do with him anyway. I'm happy with Mom so we can get lost for all I care.
Geez, I mean, I don't blame you. But still, I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with him all by myself.
Why don't you just move back to Mom's with me?
I need to be at Dad's to get the full college grant to support me there. You know he wouldn't just say that I lived there if I didn't. And because Mom married Greg, I wouldn't get the grant if I lived with them.
That sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it. But I still hate how he's treated you. It's not right.
Well, I don't think there's anything we can really do about it.
Well, you say that, but I've got something in mind. Something that he wouldn't expect his perfect daughter to ever do.
Oh? What's that?
Well, I got my results.
How did you do?
Not too bad. Just slightly above average, which isn't too bad.
So you can get into veterinary school then?
Well, About that, it looks like it's time to put my plan into action.
Huh?
Well, you know that getting a job as a doctor or some other high-paying position has never been my dream. It's Dad's. Instead, I'm going to pursue the dream I've had for ages now.
You're not going to become a doctor?
Nope, I don't think I'm even going to go to college.
What? What are you going to do then?
Just wait until you hear this.
Okay, look. I know I told you not to talk to me or whatever ever again, but enough is enough now. You need to tell me what's going on with Sarah right now. Why has she left me a note saying that she's gone off to do her own thing? She needs to go to college around here so that she can become a doctor or whatever and earn loads of money so that she can help me retire early and look after me in my old age. She can't just go off like that. That's not how this works.
Oh, Dad, nice to speak to you too. I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
I don't care how you're doing. I want to know where my daughter is gone.
You mean Sarah? Yeah, she's long gone by now.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. She's probably on her way to start her dream right now.
Her dream is to become a doctor and support me. That's it, nothing else.
No, that's your dream. Has she ever once said that she wanted to be a doctor or a vet or anything like that?
She didn't have to. I know my daughter and I know what she wants out of life, and that's to look after her old man.
You mean the person who's been taking pretty much all of her money from her part-time job just so you can buy yourself beer and whatever other stupid things you want?
Huh? What are you on about?
Oh, please. Don't try and act all clueless and innocent now. You've been taking all of Sarah's money for the last few months for yourself. She told me how, after you kicked me out of the house, you decided to quit your job and just rely solely on her to pay the rent and bills and stuff. She had to pick up so many extra shifts and work so much overtime just so she could earn enough to pay for everything. And that she hardly had any left for gas to get to school and back. In fact, you're the reason that her SAT scores weren't higher. If you hadn't pushed her to the point of exhaustion, where she was working pretty much every night, she would have had more time to focus on studying for her tests.
What? That's not my fault. She should have been more organized. I bet you were the one who taught her how to be more sloppy and not as focused. If anything, it's your fault she didn't get better scores.
That's so not true. And besides, it doesn't even matter that much considering she's not going to college.
What? No. She can't not go to college. That's how people get the best jobs with the best wages. She needs to go to college. Specifically the one here so that she can live at home and keep helping me with the house.
Are you not listening? That's not going to happen. She's done being bossed around by you. She's decided to go and live her own life and do what she wants to do, which isn't giving all of her hard-earned money to some leech who can't even be bothered to get a job and look after himself. Honestly, you're the dad here. You should be the one helping Sarah out, not the other way around. She's not your personal bank account.
But where's she gone then?
Sarah's decided that she's going into acting instead.
Acting? What? That's one of the hardest careers to actually make a living at. She's gonna end up with no money at all. What am I gonna do then?
Nice to know that you have faith in her.
Whatever. She's got like a 1 in a million chance of actually becoming successful. You need to tell me where she is right now, so that I can go and talk some sense into her.
I'm not telling you where she is just so you can go and harass her. She's finally gotten away from you, and I'm not about to take that away from her. She's free to do what she wants. And for your information, she's told me that she has already managed to get a part in a small film. So she's not wasting her time at all.
Well, fine then. If she's so determined to go and ruin her life, then so be it. I guess you'll just have to move back in with me and support me then.
What? No way that is happening. Not after the way that you treated me. It's like you said, I don't want anything to do with you now. I'm much better off without you. You don't get to try and demand that I come and help you after you told me that I was just a mistake you never even wanted.
Hang on, but if you go as well, who will look after me? I mean, I quit my job thinking that I would have Sarah to look after me. But now that she's gone, you're gonna have to pick up her slack. Who knows, I might even make you my favorite daughter if you do a good enough job.
You know, once upon a time, I would have done anything to get your approval. But after everything that's happened, I'm really not fussed anymore. You're going to have to live with the fact that you are such a horrible person that you drove away everyone who once cared for you. Mom, Sarah, and me. We're all gone because you just couldn't find it in yourself to be a nice and decent human being.
But this isn't how I planned things to go. You can't do this to me.
I can, and I am. Please don't contact me again. In fact, think of me as a stranger to you. I want nothing to do with you at all.
Wait, get back here. I'm your dad, so you have to listen to what I say.
No, I really don't. Especially when you've told me time and time again that you never wanted me in the first place. If you somehow manage to change your ways, then maybe we can try talking again. But I doubt that will happen. So, goodbye. True to my word, I blocked my dad on all of my social media. I wanted nothing to do with the man after how he had treated me. My sister Sarah is currently pursuing her dream of becoming an actress. She's had a few minor roles, but recently she's been contacted about doing something bigger, which has really got her excited. Of course, my dad has tried to claim that she owes him any money that she makes. He says that because he raised her, she owes him everything he spent on her during her childhood. This is ridiculous, of course, and Sarah has told him to stop being so stupid and that she wasn't giving him another dollar. With no one there to give him money, my dad ended up losing the house he was living in as he couldn't afford the rent. He had to move to a small, one-bedroom flat in a much seedier part of town. He also had to get a new job, as his old place wouldn't hire him again. And he ended up working in a call center. It just goes to show that you really shouldn't take advantage of the ones you love, as they could end up getting annoyed with you and leaving you for good.